So I have really been enjoying watching videos of people just getting everything done in the day that they need to get done. Emily Norris makes them and I've seen some other people do them as well, and I just think it's a really nice way to see what other people's days look like. Mums fit in quite a lot in the average day, so I just find it really interesting to see what other people get up to. I don't have masses planned, but I do want to try and tick off a few things that have been niggling away at me for months, if I'm honest. There's a cupboard upstairs that I've been meaning to clear out for ages and ages. It's just full of junk, and it's a really big, good, usable space if I were to clear it out and just organise it. So that's one thing I want to tackle, and then apart from the usual just mum life stuff, I also want to put some food in the slow cooker for tonight because it's one of our busy evenings. The kids have got different clubs. Aiden has Tangsu and the older two have rehearsals for a show. So I know I will thank myself if I get dinner in the slow cooker and sorted now, so I don't have to worry about it later. So in fact, I think I might do that first once I finish tidying up all the bits and bobs that I've just got out the dishwasher. I also need to do something with my hair because I washed it this morning and just let it air dry, so it's looking really flat and not good, so I'm going to try and tackle that as well and do something with it. Marnie is chilling out. I'm phasing out nap time with Marnie because I feel like if she has a nap, even if it's an early nap, she just doesn't settle for ages and ages at night, and it's really starting to become quite difficult because if I leave her, she just gets out of bed repeatedly. This is a whole other video, I'm sure. Perhaps I will do that if anyone's interested. But I tried to get her off this morning for a really early nap because she seemed tired, but she didn't, she wasn't interested. So I thought, right, okay, well, if that's the way it's gonna go, you're just gonna have to not have a nap, pray for me at school pickup time because that is like the danger zone. So currently she's upstairs lying on her bed with her little books and she's got some of her toys and she's just talking to them. So unless she falls asleep, which is very unlikely for Marnie because she just doesn't, she's quiet. So I'm going to get on with the tidying and the slow cooker stuff now before she comes downstairs, probably grumpy because she's tired. But first I'm going to quickly try and sort out my hair so that that's done. Everything I need for the curry. It's just red lentils, some chickpeas, coconut milk, sweet potato. The only ones left in my cupboard were really small, so I've got 4 very small sweet potatoes, but one really big one would probably be fine. Then we've got some garlic down here, some curry powder. I use medium curry powder, and an onion. And that's it, but you could always tweak it slightly to what you want. Like sometimes I will put in a big handful of spinach if I fancy some extra greens. I might have some actually in the fridge. I'll have a look and I might do that. I'll see what I feel like later, but that would go in right at the end anyway. And then whatever you want to serve it with. So for me, that will be basmati rice. So I'm just gonna chop up the onion and put it in a pan just to soften down with the garlic. And then I'm gonna put it all in the slow cooker with the sweet potatoes just peeled and chopped, the lentils, the coconut milk and the chickpeas. I quite fancy roasting a cauliflower actually. I have one in the fridge that needs to be used up and I've done it before with just some spices. So I think I used turmeric and garam masala, possibly cumin. I have to Google a recipe and do that, but it was just the nicest flavour from roasting the cauliflower. So I might try that to go with my curry as well. At least that way I'm using up my cauliflower, otherwise it'll end up going to waste because I don't have any meals planned for it this week. So let's go and look for a recipe for that. Indian spiced roast cauliflower, that's what I'm looking for. I don't know if this is the one I used before, but it's very similar. So cumin seeds, coriander seeds. I don't have coriander seeds, but I'm sure it'll be all right without. Turmeric, olive oil, cauliflower. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. So this is the curry recipe that I'm making. I will link it for you below, but instead of pumpkin, I'm substituting sweet potato, but it's very basic simple curry and very tasty. I've made it before and it was delicious, so I know it's a good one. So I've just checked the recipe and it turns out you don't need to cook the onions first at all, which is weird because I'm sure I did last time I made it, but it just says to put everything in the slow cooker, which I prefer anyway. It makes life much easier. I also forgot to mention that you need veg stock as well. So I'll be putting that in with all the veg. I just use one of those little gel stock pot things, not a cube. So Dan sharpened these knives for me over Christmas and now I'm petrified of them because they are so sharp. I don't think they were this sharp even when we bought them and I'm terrified. I've only ever cut my hand once chopping an avocado and it was trying to get the stone out and I quite badly cut my finger. So now I'm really nervous of knives, which is daft because I have to chop things every day, but now they're super sharp. I'm even more of a wimp about it. Okay, into the slow cooker with the onions. So the recipe says, I've got it here in front of me, to add all ingredients except the coconut milk to the slow cooker. Cook on low for 8 to 10 hours or high for 5 to 6. So I will be doing high. Then the coconut milk goes in for the last 30 minutes. So I think we'll do, how many garlic do I need? So I need 2 medium cloves of garlic. These cloves of garlic are really small, so I think I'll do 3. Oh, that's Marnie. She has been playing really nicely, and every time I go up to check on her, she's really happily playing with her doll's house, setting them all up for tea and stuff around the little table, but it seems like she's had enough. Let's go and see. She was thirsty, she wanted some water, so I have sorted that out, and now I can get back on with my curry. She's drinking now she's moving her chair. Marnie's recently discovered that she can move her chair across the kitchen to enable her to get to things that she might want, like snacks and felt tip pens and things like that, so that's fun. Good serve?
Yes, right.
So that's the curry on, and all that's left to go in is the coconut milk, so I'm going to leave that to do its thing and go and do that cupboard before I completely talk myself out of it. What are you doing? Are you cleaning? Oh dear, you're not supposed to clean yourself with that. That's for the glass. Good girl. Well, you do that and I'm going to start the cupboard, okay? So this is the cupboard that I'm going to try and tackle. It's just one of those situations where I've just dumped stuff in here because it's easier than actually like sorting it out. Although I do have a bed of nails, which is really random, and I bought it from Tiger and I actually really like it. Let me know in the comments if you've ever tried one. I find it really relaxing. I haven't used it for ages. I might have a go on that later tonight. But other than that, I just need to, a lot of these clothes can go, I think. This is a really nice Whistles coat that I keep in here because I don't wear it very often. It's quite formal, but I will be keeping that. And then I've just got a load of random, that's Dan's wetsuit. I really like that actually. I didn't wear it this summer, but I do want to keep that. But other than that, I think a lot of this can go. That's an old bomber jacket. That's from Primark, and it's like a long denim jacket, but I can't see me wearing that again. Then I've got 1 or 2, like that is an All Saints dress that I love and will always come back to at some point, so I will keep that as well. But I have room on my rail in my bedroom for these things that I want to keep, and the rest can go, so I will hopefully clear the whole rail and it will be empty. Then just all this crap down here, which is suitcases and boxes of old clothes and boxes that need to go for recycling, etc. So let's do this. So that's the cupboard completely clear, and as predicted, I did find a spider. It's a dead one, thank God, but it's huge. Look. Oh, it's disgusting. Not sure what that plank of wood is, so I'm going to get rid of that as well. And then I'm going to hoover the whole thing. All that's left in here at the moment is Dan's wetsuit, which I will find a home for, and a beach bag that I've just hung on a hanger. So let's hoover this, and then I need to deal with all of this. So this is a bag of Merindl clothes that I found, and there's probably a load of stuff in here that I thought I had misplaced, because you know that you've got things but you're not sure where you've put them? Well, I know I've got lots of Merindl things that I thought would be good for Marnie. And that's it, I'm all done, and I feel about a million times better for doing that. It's one of those cupboards that I just chuck things in. We have a couple of those cupboards, but this is one that was probably the simplest to sort, so I wanted to start with this one. And as you can see, it's pretty empty. I've just put this is actually a Jimmy Choo bag, which Dan bought me for, I forget whether it's for Christmas or a birthday, years and years and years ago, and I absolutely loved it at the time, and I still really like it, but it's just not one that I use all the time. But at least now I've hung it there, it's safe. It's supposed to be all distressed and crinkled, so that's not because it was at the bottom of the cupboard, but yeah, I really like that bag. Maybe I'll get some use out of it in the summer. And then up here, I've just put Merin's suitcase because it's quite small, so it's her Harry Potter suitcase. This is currently filled with toiletry bags for traveling, so it's just like clear plastic bags. There's a box back there which I'm trying to hide out of sight that's got old jewellery and toiletries that I want to keep because they're still in date, but I don't want to clutter up my bathroom cabinet with them, so I've just chucked them back there. Dan's wetsuit, which is his summer suit, so he's not using it currently, is tucked at the back. Then there's just a few items of clothing, but not very much at all. I've kept the rail clear apart from the bag. Some spare hangers there as well. Then down the bottom, where that disgusting spider was, I've now put the suitcases, so 2 suitcases, and that's Dylan's old guitar, which I'm going to keep in case Aiden wants to learn guitar, because it's not a full-size one, so it might be handy for him. And my bed of nails mat to the side, because believe it or not, that's not something I use very often. And that's my cupboard, completely clear. Then all my rubbish is over here. It's got address labels on it, so I won't show you all the boxes, but it's just all cardboard boxes and stuff. So Marnie's eating her lunch, and I'm just going to put on another load of washing, because that's something I definitely have to do every single day, or it just gets out of control. In fact, this is the second load of washing of the day, whites this time, and then I'm going to make it my mission to put it all away today and not leave it until tomorrow or the end of the week, because that's what I normally do and always regret it, because then I end up with a mountain to put away. So I'm going to wash it, dry it, put it away today. The washing is on, and I can smell that curry, and it smells amazing, and I'm now really hungry, so I'm gonna make myself something to eat, except we're really low on food, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna have. I think I might make some scrambled egg and just have that on a piece of toast. Unbelievably, it's now time for the school run. Don't know where the time goes. Marnie's actually staying in the house with my mum, so I get to not have to take her on the school run, which is good, because then we avoid the danger nap situation. So yeah, off to get the kids. So it's actually been a little while since I picked up the camera and updated you. It's been crazy as predicted since I got the kids from school. We had homework to do. I've taken Aiden to karate. They had their tea. They didn't have the curry because it's only really Merin who's a fan of curry. So they had sausage and mash with broccoli, and then it's just been a battle to keep Marnie awake, if I'm honest. She's really tired and is finding this no nap thing a struggle. but the second I got back from karate with Aiden, I've put on my pajamas because it is freezing outside and I just wanted to be warm and comfy. So now I'm going to take a look at the curry, see how it's looking, and I'm going to put the cauliflower in. Can't really be bothered to do that bit now, if I'm honest, but also I've planted the seed, so I kind of want to eat it because I'm thinking about it. So let's have a look at the curry. So that's the curry ready to go, pretty much. It smells amazing. I'm just going to chop up the cauliflower into florets and mix up the spices to go on top and put it in the oven for about half an hour. So while that's in the oven, I'm going to go get Marnie off to sleep. Hopefully it won't take longer than about 10 minutes because she is super tired.